When it comes to our phones, we need to stop treating them like they're an accessory. They're not an accessory. Our phones are to call people. Some of them are a helping hand for your job, like me. I do my thumbnails, I answer comments, I do a lot on my phone for my job. With all that being said, it's not an accessory. It's not something that you need to dress up to match your outfits or just to look cute. It's a phone. So with my phones, I realized this when I got my, I think it was iPhone 6 Plus, I believe, back in the day. That phone lasted me forever. And then when I got my next phone, which I believe it was the iPhone XR, same thing. I got one case and it lasted until I got rid of that phone, which was like 4 years later. And now that I have this iPhone 13, I don't remember the models, but now I have this iPhone, I just have one durable case with a built-in screen protector. So it's one less thing I need to buy. But you guys don't need to get this kind of case particularly. You just need to find a case that works for you. So whether it's an out-of-box case, whether it's a unicorn beetle case like this one, these are a lot cheaper, by the way. I'll have a link down below. But what I'm trying to say is that you only need one case for your phone. I'm telling you guys, like, if you stop buying phone cases constantly and you just buy a decent phone case that's gonna last you years, like something that's durable, you'll save yourself a ton of money and space in the long run. I, in the past, have had so many apps that I got no use out of, and I would still keep them in my phone, so it was taking up space. And with our phones, space is everything, because you're not going to be able, like, there was a time I wasn't even able to make calls or send a text message because my space was all taken up. Like, all my gigabytes were taken up. So I wasn't even able to receive calls. It was the weirdest thing. The best thing you can do is to declutter apps that serve you no purpose. If you have the Fashion Nova app, or if you have H&M app, all those shopping apps that you don't use because you actually go to the actual store, maybe delete those because they're considered like unnecessary apps because you're not using them. Also with shopping apps, they're going to make you spend money that you don't have. So it's best to not keep those kind of apps on your phone 24/7. It took me a long time to realize, like, Kara, you do not need the shopping apps on your phone because it's going to make you waste more money. Because back then I would have all of the apps you can think of, the Boohoo app, Express, because I would dig through like the clearance section on those apps, and I already had clothes in my closet that I wasn't wearing. Just wasting money, you know, casually wasting money. Another thing with unnecessary apps is games. If you don't find yourself using or playing those games all the time, delete them. They're just wasting space on your phone. I know it is so much fun to take, you know, a bunch of videos of our pets, our kids. Trust me, I get it. I have like a million photos of Milo from when he was a kitten to now. And if I was to keep all of those photos and videos on my phone, and along with the thumbnails that I create on my phone, I would have no space. So what has helped me out the most is putting all of those videos and photos onto an external hard drive. That way I can still keep all of the memories, you know, in a separate spot and still have space in my phone. And then when it comes to text messages, it's best to delete the ones that are not important. For me, I have a tendency to delete text messages, clear out my calls every night before bed. Because again, I'm always trying to save space on my phone because I don't want to spend money on gigabytes or anything like that. I always try to go through the texts and the calls every night or once a week if I forget. This is another one where it can get out of control, because if you look up phone accessories, everything under the sun pops up for every kind of phone you can think of, and most of those items that you see for your phone are junk. They're gonna break within a couple months or within a year, and I have had so many phone accessories. I've had, you know, the little case where it came with like a phone purse, and it was like a chain. It used to be like a crossbody thing. It would make my skin green. Yeah, that wasn't fun. I also had like, when back then when the iPhone used to have those where you put the old headphones in, the old headphone jack, there was these little teddy bears, like these gummy teddy bears and bunnies that you can just plug into the headphone jack, or like a keychain with butterflies. I used to switch those out every day for work. And of course, at the end of a work day or work week, those things just disappeared because they fell off my phone because I was constantly on my phone, or I had my phone in my pocket, and it was just a waste of money. So I do have to say that phone accessories are not worth it unless it's like AirPods. Like, I feel like those are worth it because they're great for exercise and you don't have like a wire hooked up to you, so you can like move better or like exercise better, if that makes any sense. Or you can go for a run kind of like cordless free. There are some phone accessories that are good, but there's more bad phone accessories that just make you waste money that you don't have and that you don't really need to waste money on. Now hear me out, you guys. I know I have the like newer iPhone because this is the iPhone 13. The only reason why I got this, which I've said in a previous vlog months back, the only reason why I have this is because this phone was free. It was courtesy of T-Mobile and Sprint. You know, they like combined forces. All we had to do was pay taxes, which was like 40, 50 bucks. But I am happy with this phone. But if it wasn't free, I would have just stuck with my iPhone XR. Even though the camera wasn't as good as this one, it still got the job done. So when the deal was to give your old phone back so they can recycle it properly. If we weren't able to upgrade for free, we would have never gotten those new phones. I would have just stuck with my, the other iPhone I had. But you do not need the newest and greatest phone. As long as it still works, it takes calls, you can send text messages, it takes photos. I don't see the point of upgrading. I don't see the point of wasting your valuable money on something you do not need. Especially with how expensive these damn phones are. Like, I didn't know how pricey this was because obviously it was free from the company. And I was like, you know what? Let me just see how much this is. And they go for like $900 to $1,000 or more. And I think that's just horrible. Like, these things should be a lot cheaper because obviously we all buy smartphones now. Most of us have smartphones. I feel like that's taken advantage of like the consumer. So yeah, I think they're just too pricey. And I don't think it's worth the money to upgrade every September. Because I know in every September, I think it's September, that Apple comes out with a new phone. I just don't see a difference with this phone or my iPhone XR to like spend that kind of money. The only difference I see is the camera quality, and that's it. And I mean, to be honest with you guys, there's a lot of like editing apps out there, like Lightroom and all of those apps that can help like you transform a crappy photo into a really nice photo. So yeah, it all, like, when it comes to photos, it all depends on lighting and editing. So the camera isn't that big of a deal. So yeah, I don't think upgrading for those reasons is, worth it. Anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got something out of this video. Let me know down below what other things that you think is not worth it when it comes to your phone, or like what you can live without, so things that you do not need when it comes to your phone. On that note, I will catch you guys in the next one.